Hi, it's Abigail. Today we have a flow using the ring. We're going to start on 3 springs, a red, a blue, and a yellow, or a medium, a light, and an extra light. So get those set up. We're going to be using those for our entire warm-up set, and we'll start with the ring as well. Lie down on your back. Headrest can be up or down to begin. I'm going to have mine down. And we'll begin with just a quick stretch. Send both of your legs to the sky. Hook all 10 toes into the ring. And just take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, maybe deepen that stretch a little bit. Inhale, release. And exhale to deepen the stretch. Now if you need a soft bend in the knees to really get that stretch in the back of the legs, do that. And then keeping with this breath pattern, we'll start to draw little circles on the ceiling with the bottoms of your feet. Exhaling as you circle closer to the body, inhaling as you circle away from the body. A few times around. And then reverse it, exhaling as you circle closer to the body, inhaling as you circle away. Rolling right over my lower back, it feels nice. And then go ahead and pause at center. Keep the left leg in that ring, or the left foot in the ring. Bring the right heel down onto the foot bar. So we continue stretching that left leg to the sky. Single leg footwork from here. Inhale, prepare. On your exhale, press through that right heel, open the carriage out, bend the knee, come right back in. Exhale, press out, and bring it right back in. If you want to just hold the ring with one hand, you can bring the right hand down onto the mat if you prefer. Spine is neutral. Let's do 4 more like this. Last 3. Final 2. Here's our last one. Coming in, pausing for just a moment, take the foot out of the ring, hold the ring over your chest, knee to tabletop. We start again, exhale, press out. As you come in, reach the left leg over the foot bar, press out, bring it to tabletop. And then each time you press out, give that ring a squeeze. Left toes are pointed, right toes are flexed. 3 more. Last 2. After this next one, we'll just turn it into a kick. So as you press out, the left leg kicks to the sky. Come in, lower down. Press out, you kick. Come in, lower down. And we squeeze that ring with every press. Last 4. 3. Here's 2. And 1. Coming all the way in, pause, bring that left heel down onto the foot bar, send the right leg up to the ceiling. Hook the toes into the ring, give that leg a stretch, and we'll begin our second side. So we inhale, prepare, exhale, press through the left heel, and bring it right back in. Straightening the right leg to the ceiling as best you can, and holding that ring with both hands or just the right hand, up to you. Remember, keep the spine in neutral, try to keep your hips even. And we'll do 3. 2. Last one, we come in for just a moment, pause, take the foot out of the ring. Ring is holding over your chest, knee to tabletop, you press out. And as you come in, reach the right leg long over the foot bar, press out. As you press out, give the ring a squeeze. Keep the right toes pointed. We got 5, 4, 3. Checking in on your shoulders, make sure they're not hugging up into the shoulder blocks. Turn that right leg movement into a kick as you press out, right leg to sky. Lower down as you come in. Press out, kick, and lower down. Last 4 to finish. 3, 2, and here's our last one. Bring it all the way in, rest, bring both feet onto the foot bar. Put your ring down onto the floor for a moment. We will get back to it soon. Lower your headrest down if you do have it up, and bring your hands down by your sides. Bring your arches onto the foot bar, parallel, about hips distance apart. We're gonna get into some bridging. Inhale through the nose. On your exhale, start to tuck your tailbone, scoop your abs in, peel the hips off the mat. Keep that carriage closed, articulate your spine. Up to this first bridge, and reverse it to come down. Nice, slow movement through the spine. Couple times like that. Exhale to begin. Scoop the abs in, tuck the tail. Hips roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. We roll to the top of the bridge. Let's do 2 more like that. Really work to keep that carriage closed. We're on a pretty light spring setting here. And on this next one, we'll hold the bridge at the top and we'll pause there. Keeping the rib cage knitted in, keeping the abs engaged. Give me lowers and lifts. Hips go halfway down and lift. Halfway down and lift. Let's go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold the hips at the top and articulate down. Go bone by bone. Upper back, middle back, lower, tailbone. Relax at the bottom, and then give your knees a little windshield wiper side to side. We have 2 more sets of bridges. We'll keep them quick. We're gonna go back into some single leg work. So place both heels on the foot bar now, parallel and hips distance apart. You're gonna take your left ankle, cross it over the right knee, taking a figure 4 stretch. So stay there for a moment, let it feel good. Get settled into that stretch because we're gonna keep this position as we get into our bridges. Palms pressed down onto the mat, collarbone is nice and wide. Back into our articulations, inhale, prepare. On your exhale, let's start to roll up. Scoop the abs in, roll the hips. Reach the toes forward over that foot bar, keep the carriage closed, and roll all the way down. 2 more times like this. As you roll up into your bridge, see if you can encourage that left knee to open out a little bit wider. Here's our last one. We roll to the top. Keep the rib cage closed. Bring the left knee to tabletop and give me little hip pulses to the ceiling. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you hold. Left leg kicks to the sky, toes pointed, draw me little circles on the ceiling. 4, 3, keep the hips even. 2, last one, and you reverse it, other way for 4, 3, 2, and 1, then you hold it. 1 more set of hip pulses to the sky, up for 8, 7, 6, reach the toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, hold the leg long, roll the hips down to the mat, bone by bone, and then relax at the bottom. Bring that left heel back to the foot bar. We have 1 more side, and then we'll move on. So left heel is down, right ankle crosses over the left knee, find that figure 4. Take a moment, settle into it, should feel good, and then replace your hands right back down on the mat. Inhale, prepare. On your exhale, let's roll it up, bone by bone. We roll the hips up into a bridge. Encourage that right knee to open, encourage that stretch, and reverse it to come down. 2 more times like this. As you roll up, really reach the left toes forward over that foot bar. Try to keep the carriage steady. Here's our last one. We roll to the top. Hold that bridge. Bring the right knee to tabletop and pulse the hips up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1 you hold it. Right leg extends to the sky, point the toes, draw me little circles. Don't lose the stability in your hips. After this next one, reverse. 4, 3, 2, and 1, hold it at the top. 1 more set of hip pulses, up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it on 1, leg is extended, roll down nice and slow. Bring the right heel back down onto that foot bar. Reach down, grab your ring. We're gonna finish this lower body warm up the same way we started with a stretch. So you have your ring, all 10 toes go into the ring. Extend the legs to the sky and give me that nice hamstring stretch. Inhale. And on your exhale, deepen. Still okay to give your knees a soft bend if that feels better. Let's do 2 more times like that. 1 more. Good, and then relax, take your feet out of the ring, bring them back to the foot bar, we're moving on. Okay, so take this ring, put it in between your inner thighs, and then you can just leave your feet on the foot bar for a moment. Reach behind you, grab your straps. I'm gonna use my long loops for this, but you can go short loops if you wanna keep that heavier tension for hands and straps. Remember, no spring changes yet. Float your feet up off the foot bar. Go heels together, toes apart, lifting the heels a little bit higher than the knees so that you can really get that squeeze between the inner thighs. Reaching the arms up to the ceiling, plug the shoulders down into the mat. Give me an inhale to prepare. And on your exhale, press the palms straight down to the mat. Squeeze the inner thighs into the ring, and then come back to start. Exhale, press down, squeeze, and then lift. Nice deep core. Press down, squeeze. Let's go 5, 4, keeping spine neutral for now. We'll add on to this soon. 3. Final 2. Good, last one. Meet me at that starting point, add a chest curl. As you press down, head, neck, shoulders curl up, squeeze that ring, and lower everything down. Press down, squeeze. So option to take an imprinted spine here for these chest curls. And as you press down into that chest curl, you want to think head, neck, shoulders curl up, not just the neck, not just the chin to chest. Really get deep into the abs. Last 3. Final 2. On 1, you're going to press down and hold. Hold that chest curl. Little squeezes into the ring. Squeeze for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it 1. Chest pulses forward. We pulse forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower everything down, rest feet to foot bar. Adjust the ring if you need to. Get rid of it if you want to. I know it gets heavy, but we have 1 more set with the ring, and then we'll finish without it. So send the arms right back up to the sky. Bring the feet off the foot bar. Heels together, toes apart. We come a little bit higher than the knees for this, but make sure your knees shift forward so they're right over your hips. Press the palms straight down to the mat, hold. Curl up into your chest curl, stay there, and then give me tricep bends. Bend the elbows back, and as you press down, squeeze that ring, bend, press down, squeeze. We have 8, 7, 6. Remember, always rest your head if it doesn't feel good. This should get you deeper into the core, not more tension on the neck. Last 3, 2, press down on 1, hold. We have that same set, little squeezes into the ring. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it 1. Chest pulses forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it all go. Feet find the foot bar. Let's get rid of that ring. Place it down onto the floor. Windshield wiper your knees, back and forth, and we'll finish our hands and straps without any extra equipment. So again, I'm going to stay with my hands in the long loops. You have the option to be in those shorter loops. Let's go arms to the ceiling. Knees come to tabletop, inner thighs, knees and ankles together, and we'll get into some arm circles. We press straight down to the mat, open to a T, then circle up over your chest. Exhale, press down. Open to a T, and circle over your chest. Option to extend the legs. Legs can extend to the ceiling, or they can lower down closer to a 45, up to you. Last two here. Final one in this direction. And then can you hold your position? Just reverse the arms. We open. Exhale, close into the hips, and lift up. Maybe if your legs are extended, you could lower them a little bit closer to 45. A little bit closer to that foot bar. Keep the arms straight. Reach through the toes. Reach through the fingers. Give me two more. Last one. Arms to ceiling, knees to table, then feet find the foot bar. Rest, move your knees, hang the straps up. Quick moment to rest and reset, and we're moving on. So make your way up to seated. Let's change the springs. We're gonna go down to a single blue spring. So we'll go light here. Okay, so we're gonna get our planks out of the way early in this class. We'll be facing the foot bar for these, so come on up to standing on your carriage. Bring both hands onto your foot bar. And bring your toes nice and close to the front edge of your carriage. Let's go heels together, toes apart to find your Pilates V. Shoulders over elbows, over wrists. Back of the neck is nice and long, eyes looking down at the floor. Float up onto your tiptoes, and then press that carriage all the way back, finding your first plank. Spine is long, shoulders roll out of the ears, stay here, and then we'll scooter. Both knees bend in, coming in like a frog. Knees will separate. And as you press back, inner thighs will spiral together. Bend the knees, come in, and press long. Stay on your toes. Remember, we're heels together, toes apart. Knees are scooping in under the belly, but they separate as you bend. We want to stay nice and steady through the entire upper body. Back is flat. Armpits are hollow. And abs should be super engaged. Let's do 3 more. Last 2. On 1, you're going to press out into that plank and hold. Stay right here. From this position, we take it into our pikes. Exhale, tuck the chin. Scoop the abs in, hips to ceiling. Pull that carriage closer to home. And then ride it out back to your plank. Let's do 3 more. Last 2. Final 1, pike it up. And then once you're in that pike, lower the heels down onto the carriage. Allow the carriage to close. Take your left hand, reach it down across to your right ankle. Find a little stretch, a little twist. Switching hands when you're ready. Right hand reaches across to your left ankle. And then we'll bring both hands back to the foot bar. Let's go for plank set number 2. Bring your feet together, inner thighs, knees, and ankles together. And then angle your toes towards the front right corner of your carriage. Float back up onto your tiptoes, roll the shoulders out of your ears, and then go ahead and press back out into your plank. A little bit of a twisted plank. Your left hip should be angled down towards the floor or heavier towards the floor. Good. From here, let's get back into those pikes. Exhale, pike up, holding that twist, and lower down. Exhale, pike, and lower down. Maintain the twist. After this next one, we're gonna pike it up, slide back down into your plank, holding that twisted shape. From here, think about moving from your shoulders. Can you press the carriage a few inches back? And then exhale, ride it forward. Send the carriage back, back, back. And then ride it forward. Let's do 3 more. Last 2. One more. Good, hold that twisted plank, hold it. Take both knees, scooter them in, send it long. Scooter in, send it long. Give me just two more. One more. Good, then pike the hips up to the ceiling, turn to face towards the foot bar, and lower your heels down. Close the carriage. Roll out your wrists, move your shoulders, move your neck. We have to do the same thing on the other side, and then we're done, we're moving on. So, hands back to the foot bar. Inner thighs, knees, ankles come together. Angle your toes now over towards the front left corner of your carriage. Come up onto tiptoes. Ride the carriage back into a nice plank. You're going to be in a little twist. So your right hip is twisted towards the floor or heavier towards the floor. From here, shoulders are squared to the foot bar, but we go into our pikes. Exhale, pike up in that twist. Then lower down. Exhale, pike it up. Stay on your toes. And lower down. Two more. After this next one, we hit the pike. We lower down into the plank, pause, roll the shoulders out of your ears. We move through the shoulders here. Press the carriage back, back, back. Then pull the carriage home, or not home, just forward. Last three, your plank stays exactly the same shape. After this next one, you're going to hold that twisted plank and scooter the knees in for 4. Press back. 3. Press back. 2. And 1. Press back. Pike the hips up. Twist to face forward towards your foot bar and close the carriage. Soften your elbows, allow your body to forward fold. Take the weight out of your upper body, move your neck, move your wrists, move your shoulders. Okay, so we're moving on. We're gonna stay on our light blue spring. Come on down to your knees and face the side of your reformer. So I am facing towards the right side, so my right knee is gonna be closest to the shoulder blocks. Grab your loop. We're gonna use the short one today. And come on up into a nice high kneeling position. Lift both arms up in front of your chest, clasp the hands together, round out the arms, and relax the shoulders. As you inhale, you're gonna twist towards your risers at the back of your reformers. And on your exhale, twist all the way towards your foot bar. Inhale to the risers. Exhale to the foot bar. We got 5 more. Try to keep your hips and your knees facing forward. Just find this rotation through the upper body, the torso, the obliques. Here's 3. Last 2. On your last one, we twist towards the foot bar. Then come back just to center, so we're halfway through that twist. From this position, separate the arms, find hug a tree. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. We have 6, then we'll put it down. 5. 4. Move slowly, move with control so that the carriage doesn't ever bump closed. Last 2. Finish your last one. And then open the arms, rest them down by your sides, roll out the shoulders, and let's move on. So you're gonna pass that short loop to your opposite hand. For me, that's my left hand. And bring your right hand, that's now free, to your hip. We're gonna get into our draw a sword, so square your shoulders and body off towards the front of your space, and start with just the elbow. The left elbow pulls up to a high diagonal, and then reaches back across to your opposite hip pocket. Pull up and reach across. Let's do 2 more like this. 1 more. Option to stay like this or to add your full draw a sword. Elbow pulls up, wrist turns out, and you punch to that high diagonal. Bring it all the way back across to your opposite hip pocket. Last 3. So if this feels really heavy, you can always take your right hand to the strap and guide the strap where you want it to go. It really does help the movement. Last one here. And then come all the way across. Rest it down, sit down on your heels. We're gonna keep this strap with us and we'll have a seat down onto our butts, facing the same direction. Take the long loop, loop it all the way over your thigh bone. It should be on your right leg or the leg that's closest to the shoulder blocks. Scoot your body towards the center of your carriage so that you get a little bit of tension on that rope. Then scooch forward towards the edge of your carriage and roll down onto your back, pulling knees into your chest. Bring your hands behind your head, elbows wide. You're gonna kind of find this chest curl automatically. Then send your knees out to a tabletop. Scoop the abs in, imprint the spine, and give me alternating toe taps, starting on the free leg. Reaching the left toes down towards the floor, exhale, draw it up. Then the strap leg, toes towards the floor, and pull up. We have 6, 5, we hinge from the hip, we don't change the bend in the knee. 3, 2, last one, bring the knees to tabletop, pause. Glue those ankles together, separate the knees, and then exhale, squeeze them together. Inhale, open, exhale, close. For 6, 5, 4, 3, a little more inner thigh action for us. On your last one, we close the knees together, hold it here if you can, and from here, can you tick-tock your knees towards the foot bar, then just back to center. Tick-tock towards the foot bar, then back to center. Doesn't have to be a big movement here. We got 5. Right now, the chest is still squared off center. 4, 3, 2. Last one, we tick-tock the knees to the foot bar. Take the opposite hand, reach it up to the ceiling and cross over towards the opposite side body. Pulse forward, forward, forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come to center. Lower down, allow your upper back to extend over the back edge of your carriage. And then roll your way back up to seated. And we'll take that strap all the way off of your leg. You can hang it up. So we have a little bit more to do on this side of the carriage, and then we'll do that whole sequence over on the other side. So make sure your ring's out of the way. Come on up to standing, and we'll face towards the foot bar. So right foot stays on the floor. It's gonna come nice and close to the reformer frame and close to your foot bar. Left foot goes up against the shoulder block. Hands come down onto that foot bar. Press the left leg long behind you, make sure the knee comes off of the carriage, and then bring your right hand up to your hip to lift your chest. From here, let's dive down into a lunge, nice and deep, stretching out the back hip. Press the right heel into the floor to come to standing. So you can leave your left hand on the foot bar the whole time if you like that feeling of balance, or you can take both hands to your hip. Nice and slow, lunge it down, and come to standing. Let's do 5 more. Last 4. Here for 3. 2 more, then we'll start to add on to this. 1 more. Coming up to standing, we're going to continue lunging. This time, lower your chest as you lunge down. Lift your chest as you stand up. So as we lunge down and lower the chest, we're kind of loading up that front leg, challenging our balance a little bit more. Last 5 here. Final 4. And as you lower your chest, make sure you are lowering your chest and you're not just tucking your chin, right? So you want the crown of your head to really Reach out over that foot bar. On your last one, go ahead, lower down into that lunge, pause. Take your left hand back to the foot bar if it's not there. Bend the left knee in, scooter out. Little bend in, scooter out. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, press out on one, hold, you're still in position. Think about that front foot. You come up to tiptoe, lower down. Up to tiptoe, lower down. Your hand is on the foot bar, but I don't want you to put too much weight into it. 4, 3, press the back leg a little bit further back. Last one, lower the heel, press up to standing, rest, bring both feet down onto the floor. Give your legs a little shake. We're gonna do that whole series on the other side. So let's turn back to face the carriage. We come onto our knees. This time, left knee should be closest to the shoulder blocks. And then we'll use our short loop and come up to a nice high kneeling position. Lift both arms up in front of your chest, clasp the hands together, round out the arms and relax the shoulders. On your inhale, we'll twist towards the back of the reformer, and on the exhale, twist back to the foot bar. Inhale towards the back risers, exhale to the foot bar. So our strap arm, our left arm, is gonna feel some work, it's gonna feel some tension, but we really wanna see if we can connect to the obliques, find the rotation through the spine, and still stay with our breath. It's an exhale to the foot bar, inhale back to the risers. Last 2. On this last one, we twist to the foot bar. We come to center and then hug a tree. Separate the arms, inhale, open. Exhale, wrap. Tap fingers together. Inhale, open. Exhale, wrap. We got 6, 5, 4, last 3, 2, good, and final 1. Tap the fingers, open, and then settle them down. Roll out your shoulders, pass that short loop over to your opposite hand, your right hand, and bring your now free left hand to your hip. We're going into our draw a sword, so we start with just half, just the elbow. Pulls up to a high diagonal, then reaches across to your opposite hip pocket. Pull up and reach across. 2 more like this. After this next one, we'll go for the full draw sword. If you want to keep it half, keep it at half. Elbow comes up, flip the wrist, punch out to a diagonal, then slowly come back to your opposite hip pocket. We have 3 more. Remembering that you can use your free hand as a guide, bringing it onto the strap and helping your way up to that draw sword. It really does help. Last one. And slowly come down. Relax the arms, have a seat down onto your heels. We're going to continue using this strap, but we'll go into the long one now. So have a seat facing the direction that you're already in, and you're going to take that long loop, loop it all the way over your left leg or the leg that's closest to the shoulder blocks. And then shimmy towards the center of your carriage to get some tension. Scooch forward as far as you can. Roll down onto your back, knees to chest, hands behind the head, and you come right into a chest curl immediately. Send your knees out into a tabletop, and we'll start with alternating toe taps, starting with the free leg. Reaching the toes down towards the floor, exhale, draw the knee up. Then the strap leg, toes to floor, exhale, pull up. We have 6 here. 5, imprinting the lower back into the mat. 4. Last 3, little to no movement on that carriage right now. 2. Last 1. Pull the knee up, glue the knees, ankles, inner thighs together, and then from here we butterfly the knees. We open the knees, exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. So we're back to a little bit more inner thigh work. For 5, 4, maybe scoop the abs in a little bit deeper so the chest curl can come a little bit higher. 2. On this last one, we squeeze together, pause, and then from here, tick-tock the knees over towards the foot bar, then come back to center. Towards the foot bar, then back to center. It doesn't have to be a big movement. We got 5 more. Last 4. Here for 3, 2. On 1, you twist towards the foot bar, pause. Take the opposite hand, reach it up, and cross the body over the strap. Pulse forward with the chest for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then come to center, rest, allow your head, neck, shoulders to extend back over the carriage. And when you're ready, press your way back up to seated, and we'll take the strap off. We're continuing on this side. We'll get into our lunges, so hang your strap up. Come on up to standing, facing towards your foot bar. Left foot will stay on the floor, close to the carriage and close to the foot bar. Right foot goes against the shoulder block, hands to foot bar, press the right leg all the way back. Take your outside hand to your hip, relax the shoulders, chest is nice and proud. Lunge down, find the stretch, and then press into that left heel to pull up to standing. You can leave the hand on the foot bar the whole time, or you can take your hand back to your hip. We have 6 more. Last 5, really press back with your right leg. Find the stretch, find the length. Last 2, then we'll add on. Here's our last one like this. And then we continue with the lunges, but this time allow your chest to lower down over the front thigh as you lunge. Pull it up to standing. And again, we got 7 here. 6, reaching long through the crown of the head. Don't just tuck your chin. Last 4. And 3. Final 2, then we hold it at the bottom. On the last one, come down into that lunge, chest is forward, pause, right hand finds the foot bar, back knee scooters in, presses back. It's small, in and back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, press back, hold your position, front foot comes to tiptoe, lowers down, tiptoe, lowers down. Remember, hand is on foot bar, but try not to put too much weight into it. Press back a little further with that right leg. Give me 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Lower the heel, come on up to standing, close the carriage, bring your feet to the floor, shake out your legs. We're almost done. We have 1 more thing to do. Okay, so come on back to your reformer. I'm gonna come to my knees, but if you're tired of doing kneeling work, you can come to seated. We're gonna be facing towards the back risers. And if you're kneeling, I want you to scooch back so that your toes can hook over the back edge of your carriage, meaning your knees are a little bit away from your shoulder blocks. Reach down in front of you, grab your short loops. If you're sitting, sit with either legs crossed or legs extended in between the shoulder blocks. Bring your arms long by your side body, relax your shoulders, a little bit of a chest opener to finish up here. Press the palms back behind the hips, arms are straight, then slowly come forward. So I want your rib cage to stay stacked over your hips, and we're thinking about expanding the collarbone wide across the chest with every press back. This is instead of just pushing the ribs forward. Keep the ribs stacked right over those hips. Let's do 3, 2, One more. Allow the arms to come forward, pause. You're gonna rotate the hands inside the straps. So turning the knuckle side of the hands into those straps, you can see here, so that we're pushing back instead of pulling back. Open the arms to a lower V position, and same thing, we chest expansion back and come forward. Pressing back with the knuckle sides of the hands. Let's do 3 more. Last 2, we should feel a little bit of work in the back of the arms as well. 1 more. Allow the arms to rest for a moment. Have a seat down onto your heels. Roll out the shoulders. And then choke up all the way onto the black tapes or the knots. From here, we're gonna do a little bit of tricep work because I can't do a class without tricep work. Reach the arms out in front of you. You're gonna lift your hips up off of your heels just about halfway and allow your chest to reach forward or stay in that hinged forward position. From here, we'll take our straight arms, sweep them all the way back to the hips, pause. Bend the elbows, tricep bend. Kick back, then sweep all the way down. So we straight arms, sweep back. Take 1 tricep bend and extend, then lower down. Exhale, sweep, bend, extend, then lower back down. Remember, back is flat here. Abs are engaged. Lift the belly button up towards the back of the spine. Try to keep the shoulders out of the ears. If it's starting to feel heavy, you can go back into those shorter loops. Let's go 1 more time all the way through. Straight arms, sweep, bend, extend, lower all the way down, then lift your chest. Sit back on your heels, hang up your straps. We're gonna do 1 spring change. We have feet in straps to stretch it out. So I'm gonna add on a red spring. I'm on 1 blue and 1 red, a light and a medium. Lift your headrest if you like. Lie down on your back. Grab your long loops, hook your feet into those loops. Send your legs up to the sky, arms down by your sides, anchor the back of your hips, legs together, flex the toes, press down towards 45. Point the toes, lift back towards the ceiling. Flex the toes, lower down. Point the toes, lift up. A few more times like that, just kind of getting a feel for the movement. We want to try to maintain a neutral spine here. And as the legs lift up, make sure that the hips are not lifting up with them. So stay grounded through the back of the tailbone. After this next one, let's turn it into leg circles, either direction to begin. You can start a little bit smaller, coming just about to the width of your reformer frame. And then as long as you can keep your hips steady, if it feels good to take the circles wider, you can start to grow them a little bit wider. After this next one, let's reverse it, go your other direction. Two or 3 more times around. And after your next one, let's meet with legs up at the ceiling. Flex the toes, reach up, grab onto those black tapes, take a gentle pull down. Start to bend your knees, bring them into your chest. I'm gonna take my feet out of these straps to finish up class today, but as always, if you have more time to stretch, stay with it. Stay with feet in straps. Give yourself that extra time. If you got to the end, thank you for watching. You can like and comment and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. And I will see you next time.